Welcome to Throwback Thursday, where I play a game that I've already reviewed in the past, and this week I'm going to be doing a request from Glenn Griffin, who asked me to play Rampage on NES, and so this game takes a while to get all the way through, and even though it's quite simple, it's like there's no game overs as long as you can continuously you can continue to revive yourself. So I mean, but it's just there's so many stages. It's like hundred something, a couple hundred. I don't know. I forget at this point. But I'm gonna play. I don't know, 10, 15, maybe 20 stages, just depending on how long this seems to go. Maybe I'll stop after conquering the first state, or two. I'll hit some kind of milestone and say that it's about time. I'm gonna play as Lizzie because I've been watching Peaky Blinders lately, and there's a character named Lizzie. There very well may be a George that I'm forgetting about, but I'm in the, I just watched the final season, and Lizzie is more on the brain than anything else. Shit like that is how I tend to make my decisions. Whether it be, which player I select on a video game, or, what my girlfriend and I do is when we play Rummy, or anything else where, we write down on a scorecard and have to pick names, we tend to base it off of characters from a show that we're watching. Trying to think of the last example that we did that with. It wasn't Peaky Blinders. And it was something else where there was a reversal of roles too. Like I was, like I took the female name. I don't even know if it was a show. It might have been something else that was just... Oh, I know what it was. This is very random. There's a YouTuber named Frosty who plays these games and does some fucked up stuff with the content, like creates the world's worst ballpark of all time in MLB The Show, has the worst career they possibly can in UFC. And in one case, there was The Sims. He's playing The Sims 4, and he created this real white trash family that he was really fucking around with, and it was Big Bertha and Big John, I think, were the two names. And naturally, instead of me being Big John and my girlfriend being Big Bertha, we swapped it out, and I was Big Bertha. That's what it was. I was like, I don't think it was a show. I mean, I guess it kind of was a show, but it wasn't a TV series. So I don't know if when they made this game, they really thought about how broken it was in terms of being able to just, you can't really get a game over unless you want to. So what'll happen is that, and at some point I'll run out of life, and then I'll turn into a naked human, and walk off screen. So yeah, whenever I run out of health, in case it doesn't happen for whatever reason, the Lizzie or George will fall to the ground, turn into a human, like unmorph or unmutate, and then grab their crotch and walk off screen. And slowly, very slowly, you have plenty of time to hit a button, I think it's select, and then you'll re-mutate back into the monster. So it's essentially like putting a quarter in and continuing your game, but it's there's no quarters in this. It's just a Nintendo game. So I don't know if they copied it or as much as they could and didn't think about the fact that you can just keep going, or if it was the real test of this game is not so much being able to have skill enough to get through the whole thing. It's more like having the perseverance. It's an endurance test because there's so many stages. And I played the arcade, but you know what? I'm drawing a complete blank on how many levels are in the arcade version. Because I sure as hell never finished that one either. I remember I was in my dad's basement in sometime in the early 90s, and I just decided I'm gonna just go run through the whole thing. I'm gonna finally beat this fucking game, because I tended to run out of interest and then shut the game off. But then one day it was it was a mission in particular that would have been something if I would have fell on top of the lightning. Nobody's ever been struck by lightning in that particular instance, in that particular way. I basically would be faster than the speed of light. You know, that's pretty damn impossible. All right, so yeah, it's one state is not enough. It's still early. Maybe I'll do one more. Although it's funny I know that when you finish California and move on to the next one, and it's not really so much a state. You just it's just some arbitrary region of the state. I don't think that it's I perfectly captured California, but I think that from here on out it's like just chunks of the country. But I do come back to California. Right now it's black, which is conquered, but then after you move on to the next region, it's like California resurrects and turns red, and then you have to come back to California at the end, finish it off. It's a big state, you know, you can't finish it off in 5 days. Maybe that's more of what it is. It's like and by he I mean whoever, George, Lizzie. George is supposed to be female. So I was incorrect on that front. Anyway, oh shit, I am getting fucked up now. Maybe I'll get to turn naked. Turn into a human. Not yet, though. I do like these little ads that pop up. Oh, the cops finally showed up. After, destroying California. So this is more, this is kind of useless in a one-player game, because I'm the only one. It's like I have an unlimited time to get to it, I think. I don't think that you just run out of time. I think that you just keep going until you get it, but it's really just for a race between two players to see who can get the food first. Oh man, I just got my picture taken, and Lizzie is not a fan of that. I think my favorite thing to do in this game is to eat the people. I don't know why, it's just hilarious. Like right here, I'll see there was the whole chewing animation. And there was no Ralph in this game either. I just ate a toilet. That's also a lot of fun. It'd be, would make this, would add another dimension to it, and I don't know if they've done it in future Rampage games, is have, a health meter and a hunger meter. It's like you can find items that heal you, but, items that you simply feed your face, and you kind of have to keep up with both of them. The hungrier you are, the weaker you are, too. Something like that. And then when you run out, you just can't punch shit. again, that might have been already done, but I think it would be a cool dynamic. That jogger's like, fuck this. Oh, I just got my head smashed in. But it takes a lot more than that to take down this, not Godzilla. There you go. Nice flex for the still shot. Not a lot of variety in the soundtrack. There's this theme, and then there's a different song that plays when you're George. It's like I think it goes do 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 do. Very similar in the sense that there's no percussion or anything besides you know, a little bass track going. Oh, I was not paying attention to that. You know what I'm gonna do next time I take a building out? I'm gonna do it to the motel here, not this one. Oh man, I just got my ass handed to me there. Let's take out this tank. Keep this man. And then, I'm gonna let myself fall to the ground. Oh, naked lady in the shower. Another naked lady in the shower. I'm just gonna let myself fall. Just to see it happen. You know, I know that it's like, there's no real telling whether or not that was a naked man or a woman, but I always, growing up, I always envisioned it as a naked woman. Not really sure why. I have no idea why that was what I was thinking. There's no way to know. So that's, you know, I think that's a good 10 days in 2 states. I think that's a good little spot to call it. But what I will do before anything else is I will let myself become injured, and this will send me to human form. And then you'll see Lizzie scurrying off, well, not really scurrying, just kind of waddling off screen. Now, you do get to continue when you decide to. Well, that's not the button for it. You come back on a fucking Zeppelin. What a weird way to hitch your ride, but there it is. So that's it for this request, this week's Throwback Thursday. If you have any requests, feel free to leave them in the comments. And thanks for, if you've sat through this far, thanks for watching again. And I'll see you next week.